Hello and thank you for joining us today. My name is Greg Sack. I'm the President of Sales with Bongo International, and we're here today to tell you a little bit about how to sell your products internationally. As many of you know, there are a lot of complications with shipping your products overseas. There's fraud concerns, dealing with customs compliance, operational challenges, and then the dreaded shipping costs when you're selling your products overseas. So I'm here to tell you about some of the challenges, and then also talk about some of the solutions that are available to you as a business here in the U.S. There's basically two different buckets of solutions. There's parcel forwarders, which typically provide a U.S. address to the consumer. They focus on the consumer, they add additional benefits to them, being able to consolidate their goods into one shipment and then send overseas. Then on the other side, you've got these international shopping cart solutions, which enable you as the merchant to be able to sell your products to international consumers. The problem is that not many people have been able to put those two together, and that's really what we're here to tell you about today, is that a solution that has actually enabled merchants to sell their products internationally without having to worry about those common challenges, and then also add value to the consumer and allow them to drive that shipping cost down, allow them to manage their online purchases within the U.S. So one of the things that we wanted to discuss today is actually a new partnership the Channel Advisor and Bongo International have deployed, which allows any Channel Advisor merchant to enable themselves with this solution to expand internationally on their own website, or to use the Channel Advisor merchant services to sell their products to international consumers, whether it's through any of the channels, be it eBay or Amazon or Overstock or whatever it may be. And ultimately, the merchant is enabling themselves and they're enabling the consumer at the same time. So what I'd like to do is kind of take you through a quick mock-up of one of the websites that has enabled this technology to show you how it works and let you decide for yourself whether or not it's right for you and your company. Here's an example of a website that has enabled the Bongo technology to ship their products internationally. As you can see, I've already created a shopping cart for this website called Umbrella Source. It's part of the online commerce group of websites. And as you can see here, in the actual shopping cart, the consumer has the ability to click Ship Internationally. A drop-down list will be provided to them. They can choose the country that they want to ship to. So in this instance, I'll choose Canada. I choose Get Quote. Over here, before they actually check out, they realize that all they're actually paying to Umbrella Source is the cost of the goods and the domestic shipping. So the total is $237.87. They continue through their checkout. Once they get here, they have the ability to click on, do you live outside the U.S.? At this point in time, they choose that. It explains to the consumer that if they're already a Bongo customer, they can go ahead and add that address into their ship to. If not, they can click on the International Orders graphic, and they're presented with this application. And through this application, which is customizable, you can add your own logo up here, and you can also update the first page. The consumer can walk through the process of registering for a U.S. address. So they choose their service, whether it's a pay-per-use or it's a subscription, and then they're able to move on, actually register, fill out the various terms and conditions. And what will happen on the last page here is they'll actually provide them with that U.S. address. They close the window, and it'll actually auto-populate that address right into the shipping address. And again, for you as the merchant, it's going to be a domestic address. It's always going to be 315 Seaview Avenue with a unique suite number. And that's how you identify each of your international consumers. International consumer is going to check out just like any other consumer located in Connecticut. They're going to pay you for the product, and they're going to pay you for the domestic shipping of that product. Then you're going to have the ability to fraud screen the customer. So through various applications, you'll be able to find out if that credit card that was used on your site is a valid credit card or not. So that gives you the ability to know, I'm ready to ship this product or I'm not. This is also a great solution for anybody who uses drop shippers, because you have the ability to ship multiple products from different areas in the U.S. to one consolidation point before it goes overseas. That international consumer is going to receive an email once that product or those products have arrived to their Connecticut address, and then they're going to process them and pay the third-party company to ship those products internationally. So all in all, you've basically, in a very short period of time, enabled your website to sell to 220 plus countries without worrying about fraud, without having to deal with customs compliance and paperwork, without having to change your operation whatsoever, and you've added value to the international consumer because they're driving their shipping costs down to about 82% below what a common carrier would cost them. So this is huge for anybody that's in the online marketplace in the U.S., whether you have your own website or you utilize Channel Advisor to sell your products through all of their various solutions. You are now enabled to sell internationally. So hope you had an informational session here, and I wish you all luck. Take care.